Peace, everybody. Sweet Science Boxing Academy. We back with another video. All right, man. So Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, both of them are tied up because they're both still in negotiations. Because according to reports, they're supposed to have their rematch in April of 2024, and I think they're still going to have it at welterweight. So both of those guys are tied up, and now you got Jaron Boots Ennis, who's now the IBF welterweight champion of the world. But at the same time, Boots, he still need a big fight. And other than Terence Crawford or Errol Spence, I really don't see nobody at welterweight that's a real big name for him to give him that big payday fight. Now, some people might say that he can fight Rocha, and you got others who might say Stanky Otis. But for real, if you ask me, I think the big fights for him is at 154. Because other than Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, one, I don't think no one down there is beating him. And then two, you got big names at a division that's just one higher than his. You got people like Jermell Charlo, you got people like Tim Zill, you got Erickson Lubin, you got Tony Harrison, now you got Danny Garcia. From what I hear, if Keith Thurman makes his return, he might stop at 154. So you got names up there. But the big name up there is Jermell Charlo, because he's still the undisputed Super Welterweight Champion of the world. And Jermell Charlo got a big name. Now, he just came off a loss with Canelo Alvarez, an embarrassing loss, if you ask me. With that, plus the simple fact that he went all the way up to super middleweight, and then he had to drag his body back down to super welterweight, I think that's a good chance of Jaron Boots Ennis of dominating Jermell Charlo. Because for real, now after that fight, and being as though how history shows when guys move up in weight drastically and then try to come back down, they don't never look the same. I think Jermell Charlo's best days is behind him. Sure, I think he can come down and still beat some top guys. But when you talk about someone like Jaron Boots Ennis, I don't think that he's going to beat Boots. Now you can say, well, Boots is a welterweight. He ain't even fight at 154. So what are you talking about? Yeah, Boots is a welterweight, but Boots is a big welterweight. He can easily make 154 if he wanted to. He's 26 years old. He's a ambidextrous fighter, meaning that he can fight orthodox or southpaw. He's 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach, and he got a record of 31-0 with 28 KOs. Y'all see how big he looked during the fight. He can easily come in 154 comfortably. And because he's a switch hitter, that's going to give Jermell Charlo a whole bunch of problems. But let's not get it twisted though. Jermell Charlo, he's not sweet. I mean, he is a problem. Even though he got 2 losses on his record now, but his losses came from good fighters. He got a record of 35-2-1 with 19 KOs. He never been knocked out. He only lost to Canelo Alvarez and Tony Harrison. And then he got that draw with Brian Castano when he rematched him and knocked Castano out. So he's still got a pretty good record. And he's only 33 years old. He's orthodox. He stands at 6 feet tall with a 73-inch arm reach. So Boots, his arm reach got him by an inch. But Jermell Charlo almost got Boot in height by 3 inches. So I guess it balances each other out. Not to mention that Charlo record, I believe, is way better than Boots. And I don't think it's Boots' fault. He just couldn't get the right fights. But at 154, Jermell been in the ring with people like Canelo Alvarez, Brian Castano twice, Tony Harrison, Austin Trout, Erickson Lubin, Charles Hatley, John Jackson. Like, he got a pretty good record. But with all that being said, skills pay the bills, and I just think that Boots' skills is better than Jermell Charlo. Probably not by much, but I think he is better. And I think at this point, he's younger, he's fresher, he's hungrier. Jermell just got that big payday with Canelo Alvarez, so he may not be as hungry as he once was. And like I said, the whole weight thing, like, y'all may not think that it's big, but that's real big. Look at Roy Jones and Antonio Tarver. Both of those guys moved up in weight real crazy. Roy went up to heavyweight and came back down. And then Antonio, he went up to heavyweight for a movie role when he played in the Balboa movie. But then when he came back down and fought Bernard Hopkins, look what happened to him. And look what Antonio did to Roy when he came back down. So if they do fight, I'm giving the edge to Boots. And I think he beats him by knockout. A late stoppage, but a stoppage nonetheless. So I'm calling it right now. If they ever fight, I believe that's what's going to happen. But we just going to have to wait and see. But that's all I got for now, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Drop your comments down below. Make sure I hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.